latest motorcar factory. Underway, we are soon passing the fine shell-mixed building, enjoying the sea breeze which reaches us even so far up the river. Historic Tower of London, even now seeming to keep watch over the great city. The guide knows the Tower Bridge, the Pool of London, where the flags of every nation are seen amongst the ever-changing shipping. Farther down, the Royal Hospital Greenwich nobly fronts the river. Glancing inside the new Dagenham, its spaciousness and comfort are apparent. We're just passing the great Barking power station and Britain's highest pylon, which helps to carry the electric cables across the river. And now Dagenham, home of the Ford. Awaiting at the jetty are guides who accompany visitors round the factory. Seen from the jetty, the power station and blast furnace form a magnificent group. It is with the giant blast furnace that our story mainly deals, where the raw material is processed ready for the factory. Alongside the jetty, ships discharge their cargoes of coal, limestone, sand and iron ore to satisfy the insatiable appetite of the furnace. Then into electric trucks round to the storeyard with its 20,000 tons of coal, 100,000 tons of iron ore, apart from other ingredients. Nearby are the great coke ovens, 45 of them. Coal is charged into these. Where gas-heated walls carbonize the coal and drive off the gases to the byproducts plant and leave coke ready for the blast furnace. The hot coke is pushed out and taken to be dry quenched. The heat from the coke is used for generating. That surely is pretty good organization and economics. In the meantime, the fine ore and coke are being mixed on revolving feeders in the sintering plant. From here it is fed to a conveyor, ignited, and by suction from below, similar to the action in smoking a pipe, the mixture is clinkered or sintered. After cooling, it goes to the storeyard under the name of sinter, or direct to the blast furnace. Now every constituent is ready for the blast furnace. A double-headed conveyor feeds the hoppers below. In correctly measured quantities, the sinter, lumpy iron ore, limestone and coke are hoisted and tipped into the top of the furnace. Cold air is heated in these stoves and is used for the blast of the furnace. Now we must go to the base of the furnace, where slag is taken off before the actual casting of iron begins. Then the hole is closed. The troughs down which the molten iron runs are clay-lined and dried. The tapping hole is first drilled through with fire clay. Then the iron skull is burned through with oxygen. Here it comes, molten iron, which in a short time will be fashioned into castings for innumerable Ford parts. 500 tons of foundry iron a day is the output of this giant blast furnace. 24 hours of every day this goes on, and when a tapping has been made, a great gun is swung round and forces fire clay into the tapping hole, sealing it ready for another charging of the furnace. In the meantime, the molten iron proceeds to the pig machines. Each ladle holds 75 tons. Here great claws tilt the ladles with the ease that we tilt a cup of tea. Along the trough it runs into moulds. The moulds are a continuous chain, and at the end of the run, the pigs, as they're called, already partially cooked, drop into waiting wagons. The next stage takes us to the foundry, where the moulds are made for all cast parts. Moulds of all shapes and sizes are made by these expert workers, and it calls for a high degree of skill. The moulds, being now dry, are ready to receive the molten metal. Some need only small ladles for the casting. The large moulds, however, want large ladles. Then they travel round the continuous conveyor on their cooling journey, and at the end the moulds are broken, leaving the castings. Thus have you seen the beginnings of a Ford. This vast factory is the only one in Europe that manufactures from the raw material to the finished product. And this is only a small part of the works, which even riding swiftly through would take a considerable time to cover completely. The processes of manufacture are not part of this story. You have seen the raw materials. Here are the finished products. Cars, vans, trucks, tractors are the continual output of this organization. Outside, lines of vehicles are ready for dealers. On the jetty, hundreds of cars are awaiting shipment overseas. But still they come, the product of precision, engineering, skill, and organization. In other words, Ford.